City Confessions with Miguel and Holly. Hits 96.1.
If you want to get your confession in, text it to us. You'll remain anonymous. Put the word hits with your message and send it to 96893.
Here's the first Queen City confession. I started at my company the same time as two other people. One of them is really good looking, and the other is just as average looking as me. Here's the thing. The pretty one has already gotten 2 promotions while the rest of us are still grinding it out at the bottom. I know I work harder than them. And honestly, so does the other average person. But it's obvious this pretty person is moving up because they're good looking. I have no idea how to bring this up to my boss without sounding petty. Like, how do you even say, hey, I think my lack of a promotion might be because I'm not as attractive as Sarah. It's driving me crazy.
Man, we've talked about this before. We have talked about pretty privilege.
Mm-hmm.
It's real.
Yeah.
I think everyone can admit it, understands it. I don't know what is the recourse? I don't know.
Maybe this is time to, if you're not getting
the recognition at your job,
it's time to go for another one.
Right.
Because I don't think, and maybe someone has some different advice, but I don't think any boss is going to go, you know what? You're right. We have been promoting Sarah because she's pretty. So now let's talk about your plans, Ingrid.
It's not. Well, not only that, because they wouldn't even admit to it because they probably don't even know they're doing it. It's like an implicit bias,
right,
where you would never consciously be like, oh, I'm going to promote Sarah because she's pretty. You say Ingrid?
Yes.
And not Ingrid. That's not how that works.
Right.
It's a total subconscious thing. So you bringing it up is only going to make them defensive, because who wants to be like accused of that, especially when they don't know they're doing it. So maybe it's time.
I'm curious. This is always interesting. If we can talk to someone who can admit they have been the recipient of pretty privilege before. If you're like, yeah, I know that not the hardest of workers, but I kind of get by because of how I look. I'd be curious if anyone would be bold enough to let us chat with them about it. 1-844-HITS-961.
1-844-448-7961, or text hits in your message to 96893.
Here's the next Queen City confession. This weekend, I found out something shocking while on a double date with my best friend and her husband. Oh, I'm gonna give you the kid warning here.
Oh, well, good. Better late than never.
So I found out something shocking while on a double date with my best friend and her husband. They watch adult movies together, like all the time.
Oh, all the time.
Meanwhile, my husband and I don't even talk about the stuff we watch when we are alone.
Okay.
Now I feel like a total prude and can't stop wondering, are we the only couple who doesn't do this? Is this a thing that most couples do and no one told me?
No, listen, you're feeling very, insecure because you just met up with some people who do this. Everyone is different. Every relationship is different. But if it's something that you would like to explore, you should bring it up. Okay,
right.
Like, you choose your partner because you are making a pact with them that you're going to have open communication, and like, you're like, I choose you. You're my life person. We're doing this together. So why would you not also want to openly communicate about that stuff? I know with the way that we are in America, it's like taboo, but you should be talking about it. At least talk about it to see whether or not you want to do all that together.
And let us know how that goes if you do have that conversation.
Oh.
Here's the last Queen City confession.
Okay.
My husband's feet smell like vinegar. They never used to, but since this past fall, it's like a vinegar factory every time he takes his shoes off.
Oh, good Lord.
He showers as soon as he gets home, so I know he's clean, but it's still happening. The thing is, he already has low self-esteem, and I know that if I told him, it would absolutely crush him. So now I'm stuck holding my breath every time we sit on the couch. How do you tell someone something like this without destroying them?
Oh, man.
I think you have to be, there's a way to delicately say it without making him feel bad, I think.
Right. There is. You'll figure it out. Because also, if it just started out of nowhere, I would base it in a health concern.
Right.
Because obviously something has changed. And so take that route, Hey, like, concern, health, let's get to the bottom of this. You can always use some gentle humor, like, well, my feet get stinky too. You know what I mean? Like, there's
We're like, ooh, your feet smell like the Lay's salt and vinegar chips. Let's get this fixed.
like mine's barbecue and yours vinegar, but let's figure it out. Like, there's a lot of different ways you go about it. Just playfully.
I feel like at least I don't smell like Fritos. I mean,
it could be like poop. It could smell like poop. Now it's just like a salad. So
I'm curious. What's the one thing you wish you could tell your partner, but you can't? Like this confessor who can't tell them that they feet smell like vinegar.
Or maybe you should tell them, but you don't know how.
What's the one thing you wish you could tell your partner, but can't? Call us up 1-844